Good morning, my students, and welcome to your English class. Today, my children, we're going to continue with the review and the learning of the geometric shapes, or remember, just shapes. And we saw 4 of the most common shapes that exist in this world. 4 which include the circle, the square, the rectangle, which is, remember, larger, más largo, larger than a square, que un cuadrado, and the last one is the topic of today, the triangle, okay? Now, last class, we started with the triangle. Now, I also mentioned that there are several objects that have the shape of a triangle. Those objects include the pine tree. Remember, a pine tree, it's a tree that we put and we decorate with lights on Christmas. Okay, very good. The other object was the cone of an ice cream. When you are eating an ice cream, you grab this cookie-like object which has the form of a triangle, which is the cone. And the final object was the slice of pizza. Remember that pizzas have this circular form, but if you remove one slice, si uno quita una rebanada, that slice looks like a triangle. Esa rebanada parece triángulo, okay? Very good. So today we're going to continue again one more time, focusing, concentrándonos on the triangle, okay? And the activities of today are right here. We have 2 for this day, which are part of your teddy book. The first one is this, in which we have to paint all the objects that have the triangular form, okay? So here we have several objects that, once again, I put them here so you can look at better, okay? And we have to paint all the triangles, okay? We have to look the geometry, we have to look the shapes, and we have to paint the ones that look like a triangle, okay? So let's start with the first activity. For this, remember that it's very important that you have your pencil case next to you, okay? Here it's mine. Remember, the teacher works with markers and not with colors because I am using the whiteboard. So, for this activity, you can use any color that you want. There is no instruction that says green, blue, no. You can use and pick any color that you want. For me, I am going to use color, I'm going to start with color purple, okay? So once again, the instructions say that we have to paint all the triangles that appear on this page. So let's start. The first one, this looks like the pine tree. Remember, the pine tree is the one that we put on Christmas and we decorate it with lights, okay? Very good. So this, I'm gonna paint it with purple. Once again, if you want to use another color, there is no problem. Here we have another triangle. So once again, let's paint it. Okay, once we have finished, I'm gonna pick another color. I'm gonna use orange. I'm gonna continue with color orange, okay? The second object is a star. So stars are not triangles, so we don't paint it. We continue with this boat. Now, sometimes triangles, okay, are drawn, son dibujados, okay, with a different form, de otra forma. Sometimes triangles are drawn in this form or in this form, okay? But they are still, siguen siendo, they are still triangles, okay? Very good. So, here on this boat, we have 2 triangles. Remember, they are drawn in a different way, están dibujados de una manera diferente, but they are still triangles, siguen siendo triangles, because they have 3 sizes. They have 3 sizes. 1 size, 2 sides, 3 sides, okay? So when we join them, we create a triangle with 3 sizes, okay? Very good. So let's paint it. Okay, this is one triangle, this is another triangle, and up we have a tiny, very tiny or small triangle, which once again we have to paint it. See? Very good. Now, next to we have another triangle. For this triangle, if we want to use the same color, there is no problem. Okay, now let's continue with the next object. For the next object, we have an arrow. Okay, an arrow is an indication that we must follow to locate a place. Es una flecha que nos indica la ubicación de un lugar o de un objeto. That's an arrow. And the tip, la punta, the tip of an arrow is like a triangle. Okay, once we have finished, let's grab another color. Let's continue with color green. Okay, now under the boat we have a girl. Okay, now the skirt, la falda, the skirt of a girl has the form of the triangle, so we have to paint it. Only the skirt of the girl. Okay, now next to al lado we have an ice cream. Now the cone, once again, the cone of the ice cream is a triangle, so we have to paint it. And finally, here, now this is a house, but this is not a common house, okay? This is the house of the Indians, okay? Remember the Indians, the people that wear this thing on the forehead and make noises like those are Indians. And Indians live in special houses just like this, okay? They are called tents, okay? Son tiendas, but not tiendas donde compramos, sino tiendas como de campaña, para acampar. Okay, very good. So this tent has the shape and form, once again, of a triangle. So we paint it. Okay, very good. And we have finished the first activity. Now, the second activity of the day, once we have finished with this, we turn the page and we concentrate right here. Now, once again, for this page, for this activity, we have several geometric shapes, including a circle, a rectangle, a star, a square, rectangle, and triangle. And the instructions said that with color yellow, we have to put an X on all triangles. All triangles with color yellow, okay? Now, once again, we don't have to paint them. We have to mark them with an X. Only the triangles, okay? So let's commence. Here, you see that triangle? No, it's a square. This one, you see that triangle? ¿Es un triángulo? Yes, it is. So let's mark it. This one, you see that triangle? No, it isn't. This one, you see that triangle? No. What about this? You see that triangle? No, it isn't. And what about this? You see that triangle? Yes, it is. So we mark it with an X, okay? And let's look correctly. And we don't have no more triangles, okay? Now, finally, it says, with color pink, we look on our pencil case, we look for color green. We have to mark with an X all circles, only the circles. It doesn't matter if they are big circles or small circles. No importa si son grandes o pequeños, all of the circles must be marked it with an X. So here we have a circle, we mark it with an X. Here we have another, mark it with an X. And finally, we have one last here. Okay, we mark it with an X. Excellent, and we have finished the activities of today. Okay, it's very important, my children, that while you are looking for the geometric shape that the book says, mientras busca la figura, that you repeat, okay, the shape that you are looking for, que busquen la figura, que repitan el nombre de la figura que están buscando. For example, if you are looking for the triangle, repeat so you never forget it. The triangle, the triangle, the triangle, or the circle, okay? It's very important that you review, remember, and practice the name of all the shapes. And once again, also very important, don't forget to study the numbers from 1 to 10. Because even though we make a pause, aunque hicimos una pausa con los números, okay, in the future we're going to continue working with them. So it's very important that you don't leave them alone. No los dejen solitos, okay? Continue practicing. So that's it for today, my children. I hope that you have an excellent day. As always, don't forget that the teacher Jacob loves you very much. Take care. Goodbye.